Hello, welcome to my sketchbook tour. It's my very first sketchbook, so I feel like saying a lot of things that I learned from it, but I'm just gonna show you. Um, this is the first page where I just try different media to see how it's gonna look like, how the texture and the grain of the paper perform. And here it's when I actually started it, 2019, September. Like 2 years to complete it, something like that. Because I also had to develop the habit of drawing traditionally. Anyway, oh yeah, you're gonna see a lot of like cutouts of other pieces of paper because I was kind of like my very first battle was to get used to drawing somewhere that I cannot choose the paper. Like I used to have a certain type of pad or a whole sketchbook for the different media that I was going to use, like watercolors or um, marker paper and things like that. So it was very difficult to just commit to one paper and be okay with that. I was enjoying a lot of colored pencils back here, back then, and I was just having fun with it. This one is from a little boutique shop here in Montreal called Des Infantillages, and I really love their pictures. They make me really inspired for just painting. Yeah, lots of colored pencil. Here it's a piece of Fabriano watercolor paper, my favorite paper for watercolors, along with arches. So it was very difficult to go from this kind of texture. I don't know if you can see it that much, but to this, which is like non-existent. So I just couldn't um, commit to using watercolors in here. This is a printable from Cheyenne Barton, and I just wanted to practice some colored pencils with her illustrations, kind of the style. This is what I usually would do. Like I would sketch on the computer using a tablet and then try different colors and adapt the colors to what I have with my traditional media and then do like more finished piece. And I really like this process because it makes me very free to just explore whatever I want. I can try multiple swatches and just have fun. This is gouache. Again, this is another kind of paper. I think it's Fabriano again, the cold pressed one. Here is marker paper. I believe this is Canson XL marker paper. And I just love markers. And I get into them a lot more later. This made me feel very guilty in the beginning because I'm like, I'm not using the sketchbook for the purpose of a sketchbook because I'm not drawing on it. I'm just placing things. But then I was like, no, this is supposed to kind of be like a voyage of my journey and just, a visual world, a visual window into my world and the way that I want to portray things. So I love doing sketches with colored pencil, not colored pencil, sorry. So most of my sketches, I'm gonna use these two, the Pilot Color NO 0.7 or the Prismacolor Color Rays. This is a gouache piece that I did. Some more colored pencil. This is for a sticker sheet that I did for a YouTube video. I love these colors so much. This is a little commission that I did in markers. I really love the look of markers. This is when I got my iPad, so it was my first drawing on Procreate. This is when I got a flower bag from Yo-Yo the Rice Corps. It's a little business card. Okay, this is funny because I didn't like the proportion of this. Like her head looks weird. Then I just took a picture of this and fixed it on Procreate. But then I didn't like any. I still continued because it was fun, but I didn't like anything. Some more doodles. This is a sticker from Yo-Yo, the Rice Corpse. Here's when I got crayons, like Crayola, I think. Markers, watercolors. This is when I kind of wanted to test out some outlining because, as you can see, I didn't outline my paintings a whole lot. Markers. This is my favorite paper for markers. It's the Crescent Render Sketchbook Pad. I just love it. I love the feel of markers. It's just like a grain in it. Like you can tell on darker colors. I love it. Looks so solid and so flat. Here playing with, I think this is watercolor. Yeah, watercolors is a sticker that I have on my shop. Here's when I was like having a little research, doing a little experimentation. I'm trying to figure out how I like to outline, how I like my illustrations outlined. And my favorite one was this one, the 8B Staedtler, just a graphite pencil, and the colored one, like a colored fine liner. So I tried my favorite one on an actual illustration, which was the pencil, and I did not like it. So it was very confusing. I remember, again, no outlines because I was just like frustrated, I guess. You know, when we try something new and then it feels so strange at first that we don't want to go back to it, but I do go back to it. These are some sketches. I just love them, so I just wanted to put them here. Watercolors. This is when I got like a random Chinese brand of watercolor paper that I wanted to try. This is hot pressed. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Some more sketch. What is this? Some more acrylic gouache. I love this so much. This was just me trying out different, I think a different color or a different, oh okay, I found a dip pen. It's written here. I found a dip pen and then I was just having fun, and the variation in the line made me have so much fun that I wanted to try outlining again, but this time with dip pens, and I really loved it. So I wanted to give it like a go once more. I remember I really enjoyed this. More acrylic gouache. This was just me trying the dip pen, but I didn't like it because I was still like trying to grasp how to use it. This is for a painting from my Patreon originals. This is when I got a whole set of watercolors by Schminke. This one. And I just custom picked all the pans to my favorite colors. I just found the little packaging so cute that I wanted to put it somewhere. This is Arches paper. The texture is just fantastic. I love it. Oh, and here is me trying 3 types of dip pens. I think these are from Speedball, like the standard kit from Speedball. This is when I try to outline with, this is the ink that I was using. It's gray ink, and I really loved it because it became more soft than outlining with black. But I was kind of like feeling the whole outlining thing, so it was still very weird. I scanned it. Nah, I just took a picture and then did some changes on the hair and some annotations, just to remind myself what I didn't like. This is another Patreon original. These are little watercolor paintings that I did. This is just to try out the watercolors with something more that has more depth, because I like using flat colors a lot. So sometimes Like, I can't really get the feel of the watercolor, the depth. So I just wanted to try something more realistic. But it was very weird because I remember painting this and having so much fun because I was, having a little time with my watercolors. But then when I finished it, I was like, I don't feel like me, because it didn't have any faces. It didn't, like, it's like I couldn't really shine my personality through it, just colors. And yes, I do love vibrant colors, and I feel like this still has it, but it just felt like it was not me. This is again the gray ink, which makes it feel very soft. I really like it. This is a little tag from my shirt, the shirt that I made. And I really love doing like tiny details for projects. I feel like it really comes to life, and you feel like, I don't know, it's just such a fun experience to get something that has so many little details. This is a little button badge pin design. So many words. This is watercolor outline with colored pencils. This is, I think, Fabriano hot pressed. I think so. Yeah, I bought like a huge sheet of Fabriano, and then I cut it down into smaller sizes. This is just me trying watercolors again with different paper. This is, here, it's a sample of Stonehenge aqua watercolor paper. I tried all these just to test out different kinds of paper to see which one I like the most. Again, some watercolors and outlining. I remember I did not like any of these because I was still getting like kind of new to the whole dip pen situation. And here's when I got different dip pens. The ones from Speedball, I kind of put them away, but these are the new ones that I got. The G pen and these three, Maru pen, Seiji pen, and the G pen from the leader. It was a kit. And then I just got another holder so I don't have to be switching the nibs all the time, because these two are the ones I use the most. This is for everything because it's like very flexible and there's a really good variation. And now I can do a lot of thinner lines just because I practice with it a lot more. And the Maru pen is just for ridiculously thin lines. I love these pens so much. This is a little sticker for Patreon. These are my favorite, I think, out of this whole sketchbook. It's because I love the proportions. I think these are my favorite proportions, like kind of 4 to 5 heads. And just like tiny details and a little bit of colored pencil and very flat colors with markers. This is when I realized I had 3 exact colors of markers. That was interesting. And here I was trying to outline a little bit more with colored pencils still, and this is when I switched to outlining with a dip pen. This one I still didn't like it because I feel like this, I was adding the same kind of pressure to everything, and it felt like I was not there yet, which is part of the whole process, of course. But I'm just telling you what I felt back then. But I was enjoying like doing this little spaces with a dot. Like whenever I wanted to relax my hand and start a line again, I would put a little dot. And I don't think you can tell, but like it's in a few parts. Anyway, that was a fun thing. This is Draw This in Your Style Challenge from Chichi. And I use markers on the crescent render pad. This is Arches paper, my favorite. This is watercolor summer in Montreal. Amazing. This is watercolor with a lot of white watercolor, which makes it very opaque. So we can make like pastel colors that are really, yeah, opaque. It's almost like a gouache quality to it. I really like this one. But this is when I got Himi Jelly Gouache. that I do not like. But this was fun because it was very like, yeah, let me try these. This is a little packaging from a blind box. You're gonna see it again. So there's sketches, sketches. I really, really like sketches, and I really, really like using colors. So I'm always like, should I color or should I not? Because I really love both. This was funny. More sketches. I really like this kind of proportion. Um, and sometimes I just draw random, like trying to stylize random things. I think you saw before, but I didn't really say anything. Oh, there you go. I was trying to practice profiles and see what I like. And probably this one is the one I like the most. So here I got a ballpoint pen. And I was like, I'm gonna have fun with a ballpoint pen. And I really didn't. Because, not for the whole perfectionism thing. That is a thing, but I'm gonna work on that in a different time. But um, I missed color. I love this. This is with a dip pen, and I feel like I was getting better at varying the opacity of the lines. Just doing something a little different to break the whole one with only in one density of color, like opacity. So playing with that made me very happy. This is markers. This is when I got this fountain pen, the Echo Twisby Echo. I think it's Echo Twisby. Supposed to be very fine, but it's not really. I go into more fine fountain pens later, but yeah, to me this was fun, but I was still like missing color, and I tried to add some colored pencils. I really wasn't enjoying it. And I talked about it in my last video that I was trying so hard to just commit kinda to practicing pen only, but I did not enjoy it. So what was the point of practicing something if I'm not enjoying it, right? So I just got back to my markers, and for the first time I wasn't really worried about um choosing the right kind of paper for the media, like marker paper for this. I was just having fun and doing whatever I want. So I really, really enjoyed this and this, and I feel like I really got really comfortable from now on. This is watercolors. It's so vibrant. I love it. Yeah, so it made me really, really comfortable. So I started drawing a lot more. I feel like this is when my sketchbook started, like here. It took me almost half of the whole thing. But, and this is exactly what it means to have a sketchbook. It's because you find yourself in the things that you feel more comfortable with and the things that speak to you more and feel more like you. And I think that's the whole point of practicing and having sketchbooks. So yeah, these are from a book that has a bunch of plants. That it's all in my latest video that I have like a week on my sketchbook. This is from a studio picture from somewhere I don't know. A bunch of butterflies. This is me trying again samples of papers. This is Saunders Waterford. I got this one and I got this one. Like hot pressed. Oh, they're both hot pressed. White and high white. All right. This is a little sketch for one of my shop stickers. Yeah, I have to show you everything. That's just what I do. This is from a patron sticker sheet that I later on developed my another sticker sheet from my shop as well. Yeah, I was having fun drawing so small. So if you like drawing really small, then I think you would like to talk about very fine drawing tools. This is a root ring isograph. It's a rechargeable cartridge. It's like a technical pen, but it doesn't wear off the tip like Uniball. These two kind of wear off the tip when you use it a lot, like this one. This is a Bimoji pen. It's like a brush pen with a felt tip. that it goes kind of fine, but not that fine for me. So this is the fountain pen that I find the finest. It kind of goes from 0.25, it says here somewhere. Okay, 0.2 to 0.5. And I think it's very true. You're not lying. So the name is a School G manga pen from Tachikawa. That's the brand right here. And it's in F. Fine. This is a Pentos Lychee. It's 0.25. I really like it. And oh, a huge important things. The reason why I was trying so many is because I wanted them to be both waterproof and alcohol proof. This one is. I just have to wait a bit longer for it to be alcohol proof so I can lay down Copic markers on top of it and not smudge. Because I think you'll see there's a lot of smudging here. And I just got a bit more careful, but it was not that pleasant because you have to be too finicky. I don't like that. Here, this was using the Bimoji, this one pen. Bimoji, this one pen. This was using the root ring, which was fine, but still not as easy. Watercolors. This is a draw of this in yourself from Albi. She's Albi. I love her drawing so much. This is me trying to be casual and draw my lunch box, but I did not like this because, again, it didn't feel like me. It felt like I was just drawing a random thing, and I like putting faces and having my favorite colors. This is just a swatch from this illustration that I found so cute. This is for a couple Patreon paintings that I was painting. A painting that I was painting. And I was just like drawing the different components of it that I could add to my cakes because they were cakes. And yeah, it was fun. So I didn't have to think about them all while I was painting. I was just drawing from this batch of things. Like real ingredients in a cake. That was fun. That was very fun. Drawing cake is so good. And eating them, of course. This is when I was having the most fun, I think, because I was just like not caring about it. Like not caring for it to be like a certain quality. I was just like, oh yeah, let's have fun with the colors and have fun with outlining, and it was so much fun. And you can tell because it's so colorful. This is a sticker from a shop. This is when I was designing my Twitch emotes. This is when I was designing a sticker sheet for my patron. I like writing. Hope you can't see. I like writing down things and not using a lot of references, like visual references, because it tends to overwhelm me a lot. Like I get a lot of stimuli and then I don't feel like creating because I'm so overwhelmed. So writing them down makes me really calm. So I do that a lot. Like I see little lists all the time. This is when I made my first washi tape. Kurutoga. While I'm here, I could show you the 3 mechanical pencils that I use that are really fine. This one is a Kurutoga. The ones that rotate the tip a little bit, so each stroke that you make will have kind of like sharpen the tip a little bit, so it doesn't get like slanted and you end up with weird variations. So yeah, this one is 0.3, this one is 0.2. It's the Pentel Orange. I love this one, it's my favorite. And here is the Unicolor. I think this is it. 0.5. It's kind of like a very finer version. Okay, not very, but like a finer version of this one, which I think is very popular. But I really love this. It was very hard to find, but it was worth it. So here it's when I found this pencil again that was in my old pencil case, and I got so happy. This is when I got my Kakuno Pilot Kakuno. It has a little face, which is adorable. And the premise was to be a thin fountain pen, but I don't love it. I still think it's very meh. And it's said that Japanese fountain pens are a lot thinner than Western ones, but yeah, I think this one is still a lot better than the Kakuno. And but the packaging though, totally worth it, and it's very cheap, cute. This is my washi tape. I love them so much. It was my very first time making washi tapes. Made me so happy. Here's when I was having fun playing with less complicated humans, and I feel like that's always a thing. Like I'm always trying to simplify humans to just draw faster. Not faster like, I want to draw so fast, but faster as in I'm not constantly checking for proportions and if it's correct, for accuracy. I just want to draw freely so I can put my ideas on paper. That's what I want. But I'm so used to drawing like more, not realistic, but more accurate things. I think I'm going to use this word. That I keep coming back to like adding too many details, too many creases, too many things like folds and variations that are not necessarily what I have fun with. But I do it just because it's like normal to me. Like that's how I learned, just copying things. This is when I actually got the day that I got this pen here, and it was so much fun because I got to talk with the owners of the shop, and they were so kind. They were telling me that like there was this employee that just came to the store and he was having so much interest. He was showing so much interest in comic drawing tools. So I got to talk to him, and it was so good. Um, this is again just jotting down ideas for a painting, like things that I want in my stickers. This is me trying to see how long do I have to wait until this pen dries so that I can lay stuff on top of it. This is me trying stuff for stickers again. Just love the packaging. So this is the blind box that I was telling you about, Ranch Journey. I got one that I really didn't like, but it's okay. The packaging is good. Here's when I got violet markers, and I was really enjoying the combination of this blue here and this violet and the pink also. Like it's a cute combination, like this one with pink and pastel yellow. This is when I got really comfortable with the dip pens, I think, because I was just having so much fun and like just enjoying it. I think this one was done with a Maru pen. It was a lot of work because it's so stiff. The nib is so stiff that I have to be really, putting a lot of pressure. But I think I got more used to it. So that allowed me to have more fun. And I don't know, I just have such good memories of like these pages because I felt like I was finally having fun with the sketchbook, how it's meant to be, kind of. It was my husband's boxing teacher's birthday, so I made him cupcakes. It was so good. So this is when I was trying different media for this painting. This is watercolor, and this is markers for an Etsy listing of commissions that I'm doing, because I wanted to show different medium that I am able to provide you. Yeah, and this made me wonder how it would look like if it was a little bit more white of a paper, because this one is very yellowish, has a yellow tint, which makes the colors tone down a little bit more. Having fun again. I love this one. It's a fruit sticker that's obviously not like this because I don't know why they won't put faces on things, but this is my version of it. Oh, and this mojito ice cream, that was so good. This was a very cute day. I bought these pistachio white chocolate thingies, and then when I got to the cashier, the lady was like, "Oh my god, I wanted to try this for so long." And then I was like, well, let's try it now. Then I just opened there and we ate it together. It was so good. It was such a fun experience. Yeah, packaging for goodies that I got from my friend Mika. Yay, I love her. And she sent me so many cute things that I couldn't help but like paste everything on my sketchbook. This, I'm still thinking about you, dude. It's a blimp that costs $300. Like, I want you, but limits. I still want you though. Oh, this is when I got the Unicolor 0.5, and then I was comparing the two, and as you can see, it's a lot finer. And I really love it because I can make tinier things, which I love. When I get new markers, I kind of just put them here. I think I got these 4 or these 3, something like that. And just when I feel like I get very similar colors, which I do. Here again, brainstorming for, I don't even know, probably Patreon sticker sheets. Just swatches from a painting that I found really cute and then I wanted to be somewhere. Here is one of those situations that I was like having so much fun with the sketch itself that I didn't feel like adding color because I just love the sketches. I just love this lady here and this one so much. This is my very first comic. Not very first, I think it was the second comic that I did. But it was the very first time that I was doing postcards for Patreon, and this is the sketch. This is a print that I made at home, and this is the final version. I made a postcard. And there's a little flower on the back. I love this. I love these colors. Sketches. This is just me trying depends and watercolors. Just like playing a little bit with gradients and colors. I love her. More sketches. More sketches, and I think this is the final page. I love her so much. And him. And this. And this is this is a blind box of mushrooms. I have no words. This is my last page. The blue one that I got. Here it is. It's so cute. And this is the first try of a painting for my patrons. I didn't like it, but I did something else afterwards. And that's the whole thing. I really enjoyed going through this sketchbook. It made me discover a lot of things about myself and my art, and it made me more comfortable with just sketching for the sake of sketching, not wanting it to have a deeper meaning or to be a finished piece. And I know it sounds very obvious, but and I know intellectually we know this already, but when you sit down to actually do it, and you do it for a long period of time, kind of, it develops something in you, and that's just why practice is so important. But above all, I think having fun dictates how much you practice, because when you have fun, you just feel like going back. The way you feel kind of dictates if you're gonna go back to it soon or if you're gonna avoid it. And we all know what it's like to procrastinate drawing on a painting or a drawing or a sketchbook, or to fear sketchbooks or things like that. And I think when you feel good, when you have fun with it, the fear kind of dissolves away, and you just have to find a way to have fun, and the rest will unfold itself. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm kind of going a bit fast because you've already seen this. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on my next video.